everybody, it's Amy with Ashworth Classic Patterns, and today I want to talk to you about our new pattern which is coming out at the time of making this video. When you see it, it may already be out, and it's a cowl neck dress. And in the instructions I've advised you to go sew the side seam so that you're going to leave 1 inch open at the end, and that's so we can gather this bell sleeve end into the cuff. And the way that I'm going to show you how to do that, and there's many ways to gather a bell sleeve into a cuff, but we're going to do it with elastic. So I'm going to show you on the serger, since this project is designed to be made on the serger, although it can be made other ways to your preference. I'm going to show you how this elastic foot works on the baby lock. Now, what I have done, I'm going to show you a couple of features of it. This big knob here controls the pressure. Okay, so if I loosen it and go to the left, it loosens the pressure on the elastic and makes it not gather as much. If you push it to the right or clockwise, it'll make it as tight as you can. And so for this project, I want it to be as tight as it can be. This guide right here, you can use this, and it moves back and forth this way. This is for the width of the elastic you're using. This elastic is 3/8 of an inch for this particular project. Again, we're using it on the edge of a sleeve so that we can easily gather it to fit into a smaller cuff so that it can be hiked up on the arm. It's a 3/4 sleeve, and there's a lot of blousing in the bottom edge of the sleeve, so that's why we're going to use elastic. And this is jersey, so it's not real easy, at least for me, it's not very easy to gather. So I'm going to use this elastic. What I've done is I've loosened this, threaded the elastic underneath the roller down through here, and I've taken tweezers and pulled it back to where it's right under the needles in there. Okay, and I have this ready. I've got it tightened up. I've got this part so that it's right alongside the width of the elastic. And I want this elastic to be on the inside of the sleeve, so I have the wrong side up. Okay, and that's where I'm going to put this. I'm also using the knife. I have 3/8 inch seam allowance on here, so I'm going to use the knife just to skim off barely the very edge of it. I have a spool over here, so I'm going to make sure I have enough pulled off of that spool so that it doesn't cause me any trouble. So have a leader again with the elastic, so you have enough to come back there, because it's not going to start stressing the elastic until it gets past this point. And that's where I want it to attach to the fabric, at the point where it begins to start pulling. And one other thing is I have the differential feed over here on the right on the machine all the way to stretch. The differential feed over here on the right is all the way to 0.5. There's 0.5, 0.6, 0.8. I have it all the way to the stretchiest. This is the most gathered on the differential feed. This is normal. This is the stretchiest. So the feed dogs are going to be actually pulling out. I don't know if that makes sense, but the action of that controls the action of the feed dogs, that they're going to be stretching it on their own. What I have found with this also is that I need to put some tension on this. When I have the elastic as tight as it'll go, I'm going to need to pull this. You don't need to really hold this, but you do need to get a couple of fingers here to guide your fabric, and you do need to put some tension back here, or at least I felt like I needed to. If I don't put the tension back here, what I'm discovering is my stitches are just too dense. But experiment with your machine and with your settings to get it the best way that you want it to be. It may not be necessary to pull it at all. But what we want is just to have an easy way to gather the bottom of this sleeve. See there, I didn't pull it, and it's getting kind of dense. Definitely want to put some pressure on that on the back end. So here we have the gathered sleeve. The elastic is on the inside. You may use this for the edge of underwear or different things like that. Again, we are working on the cowl neck dress, which is soon to be released by Ashworth Classic Patterns, or at the time of watching this, it may already be released. And there's an easy way to gather the edge of the fabric using the elastic foot on your serger. Thanks for watching.